How's it going, everybody? Doing a Gum Chewing Sports Ramble here today. Just going to be chatting with whatever pops up in my head that I know of that's happening in the sports world at the moment. So Argentina will be playing France in the final of the World Cup. That should be a good matchup, good game. Denver lost again. Put up 28 points, though. Russell Wilson got concussed, so that's not good. Of course, they let up, and the defense didn't do as well, but they still had a couple picks, though. But I think they lost like 34-28. They were down 27-0. Maybe some bright spots, who knows. Either way, they're 3-10. So Seattle's going to end up with a top 3 to 4 pick. Unless Denver wins their next 4, and that turns into like a higher pick in the top 10. Either way, they're getting a top 10 pick. Doesn't matter where Denver finishes. At this point, it could be anywhere from, no, it's not going to be 1. Anywhere from probably like 2 to fucking 9. Depending on what Denver does the final 4 games. I'm like hoping the Dolphins continue to lose. So the pick they got from the Dolphins is better. Even still, that pick's going to be in the mid to high teens probably, even if the Dolphins really start to shit the bed. Who knows? A disappointing year to be certain. Probably the most, even though I'm not hardcore into Denver anymore, and I haven't been for a while. This has to be like the most disappointing year in the history of that franchise, honestly. But I'm not going to continue to babble about that. I've talked about it already a bunch. Jets and Giants probably both not make the playoffs. Which is kind of funny. I mean, the Jets still have stuff to be happy about, though. They're 7-6. I mean, they could still get in, though, actually, because I was talking to the guy at work yesterday. I think they got the Jags, the Lions. The Lions are solid, though, man. They're 6-7, but they are a pretty good team, and they're going to be really good next year, I think. So that's probably their toughest game. Oh, they got the Dolphins as well, the Jags, and Seattle. So they're winnable games, but they could easily lose all 4 type thing. Murray, the quarterback for the, I can't remember his first name. Kyler Murray. He's out for the year. I don't know what happened to him, but he's gone for the year. They were having a disappointing year, too. What else is going on there? The Bucks. Brady's not even having a bad year, but you can tell he's kind of slowed a little bit. But this guy, man, they're going to still get into the playoffs with probably a sub 500 record. They're 6-7 in first place by a game. They could easily finish 7-10 and probably win that division. 8-9's easily going to win that division. Because San Francisco destroyed them. San Francisco's got an amazing D, and like I said, what's that guy that, he was the last pick in the draft? Guess he guided him to another win. But yeah, it's like even when you think Brady's done, he's in a division that's going to be under 500 to win it. I have nothing against Brady, though. I don't mind Brady at all. I just think it's funny where you're like, oh shit, oh wait, no, he's still going to make the playoffs with like a fucking 8-9 record. Denver's division was like that for a bit, where 8-8 would win the division. It was bad. That was like the mid to early 2000s, like mid 2000s to early 2010s. Denver won the division 8-8 once with Tebow. I know. I think even the Chargers got it at 8-8 one year too. That happens. Usually there's a division that's like usually a division is like so mediocre or subpar, not even necessarily garbage, but they're like so painfully mediocre to slightly under mediocre that like an 8-8 or now an 8-9 won it, 7-9. I think the Rams division was 7-9 one year won it. Maybe yeah, because I think it was the Seattle division, right? And the Rams are in them. Yeah, football's football. I mean, Chiefs are ripping it up still. Mahomes and Jalen Hurts too. That guy, I didn't realize. Like I knew he was having a good year, but he's like with 32 touchdowns, 3 picks. Like holy shit, him and Mahomes are ripping it up. They're the 1 and 2 for the MVP, and it's not even close. I think with anybody else. But the Bills are doing well. The Cowboys are starting to play really well too. Who else? Niners are playing solid. I can't believe Denver beat the Niners. One of their, well, that was when the Niners, the 49ers weren't like coming into their own yet. I think they've rolled like 6 in a row. That game was still like 12-11. Like when Denver, 3 Denver wins are still an embarrassment because their offense barely did anything. I don't know much of anything else that's going on. Like Tennessee's going to win their division with like fucking 8 wins, 9 wins. Because the rest of their division is not as good. Trevor Lawrence doing well though in his second year with the Jags. They'll end up being better over time too. But yeah. Hockey, the Islanders lost in their first shootout loss of the year. Their first overtime or shootout loss of the year. Came about 30 plus games into the season. They lost to the Bruins 4-3 in a shootout. They have a road trip. They've been playing a little like win, lose recently. Devils have started to lose some games. I think they've lost 3 or 4 in a row. The Islanders are in a tough division. 5 teams from that division could end up. It could be a 5 from them and 3 from the other one. The Maple Leafs division could end up 3. Because right now the Islanders division has like 6 teams that are solid. Like the Flyers and Columbus are kind of getting fucked. And the Capitals are playing better too. So those 5 teams are going to be jockeying. They might all make it. Actually, I'm sorry. That's... No, wait. 6 of them. 6 teams going to be fighting for 5 spots if it goes that way, or 4. So the Islanders can't really have much of a slip up. I think that technically the Islanders in 4th. Because of the plus about them only having 1 shootout loss, overtime losses, they have a bunch of, all their wins are regulation wins or overtime wins. So they have the second most in the division, I think. I don't know really what else is going on in hockey at the moment. Maple Leafs are starting to heat up. Bruins are playing really well all year. But that division's could only put 3 in because the Panthers aren't playing great. Lightning are doing all right. Red Wings are doing pretty good as well. Not the teams aren't doing bad. There's some teams doing bad division, but they're not like the Metropolitan divisions. Teams are better at the moment, but you're not even halfway through the season yet. So, basketball. Portland's playing a little better now. Portland was 9-4. I thought they were 10-3. They're 9-4. Now they're like 15-12 or some shit, or 16-12. No, 15, I think. They beat San Antonio last night. They're on a 3 winning streak. They're playing a little better now. Which is nice. Golden State's starting to play a little bit better, but still they're weird. Weird jam. The West is not. I think the Pelicans are number 1. Pelicans and somebody else are both 18-9 in the West. But they're. I think the Eastern Conference does a little better at the top because the Bucks and Celtics, I think, both have 7 losses. I can't. That stupid thing they do with the playoffs now, where it's like the first 6 get in guaranteed, and then the next 4 play each other. I don't understand this. It should have been like the top 7 get in, and maybe the 8 seed plays the 9 if they're very close. Although it's they make it very hard for those 8 and 9 and 10 seeds to get in because the 7 and 8 seeds have to lose like 2 games, I think. I forget how it goes. It's annoying though. Baseball's got a bunch of weird rules too now that are going into effect. I think you can't do the shift anymore starting next year in baseball. You know, people shift because certain batters can't really fucking hit opposite field, so they shift them when they're out. But it bites the team in the ass if the guy does hit opposite field, you know. You're getting a double out of it almost. But you're getting a hit when you wouldn't normally get one if you go opposite field. And pitchers and batters, I think, can't like take a month in the box or fucking on the mound, which I actually don't mind because sometimes these fucking pitchers and hitters take like fucking a year. It's like, stop doing your bullshit and get to the fucking plate. It's like free throws in basketball. I remember like guys would take like 10 seconds between a free throw doing all their bullshit. And I remember Dennis Rodman would just be like, and he'd still have a better percentage than some of the guys that fucking dick around for 10 seconds. But Judge ended up re-signing with the Yankees. The Mets got that pitcher from Japan. I don't know his name. But he was sought after by a lot of teams. The Mets got him. Mets actually, and they got Verlander. They lost to Grom. But they have Verlander, Scherzer. I don't know the guy's name from Japan, but the Japanese pitcher. And that guy from the Cardinals who's decent. I forget his name too. And then they have Carrasco, I think they're five. So they actually have a really good staff, but they need another hitter. Turner went to the Phillies, so the Phillies stacked up a little bit. But I don't know a lot. Like there hasn't been a shit ton of people going nuts. I don't think this free agency class in baseball was necessarily incredible. Abreu, the guy in the White Sox, was it Jose Abreu signed with the Astros, and I feel like they got him at a steal too. So they just got better too. Like Aaron Judge pretty much re-signed with the Yankees to lose to the Astros every year. He said something about like it's not about money, it's about legacy. It's like everybody in the comments, these were Yankee fans too. They were like, "Why didn't you take that deal offered back in April then if it's not about the money?" But they're gonna have a tall order getting past the Astros because they just won the World Series and they just got better. Not that the Yankees won't be good. They probably will in their division, but they have a tough division too. So I think every team was over 500 in that division, right? Or most of the teams were. So yeah, but I can't. Like, I'm not in tune with too much shit right now. Kind of just following the Islanders and the Trailblazers, seeing what they're doing. I don't know if the Lakers have started to get better or not. They named the MVP after Jordan, and I think Defensive Player of the Year is going to be after Olajuwon. Both make sense, but I guess my friend was telling me, like, they named the MVP after Jordan now, or they're changing to Jordan now. And Shannon Sharp was at that show with Skip Bayless. Shannon Sharp, they fucking yell at each other like idiots. Shannon Sharp's like, where's LeBron's thing? It's like, you fucking bozo. LeBron will get his 20 years after he retires, like Jordan did. What did Jordan retire in 2003? Those 2 years with the Wizards. Yeah, 20 years later, you gotta think. LeBron will get that when he retires. I did hear something, though, that Shannon was fucking pissed. And this was kind of fucked up with Skip Bayless. Like, Skip, because Shannon's, like, is not a Brady hater, but he goes after Brady. And Skip is in love with Brady and Baker Mayfield. And Tebow he was in love with, too. But he was saying something he, brought up. He compared Shannon's not playing as long as Brady as a thing, like longevity thing or some bullshit. He kind of attacked Shannon's longevity, and Sharp was pissed, and understandably so. Half this shit's probably scripted, but still. And I'm a Shannon Sharp fan overall. He was on Denver, won 2 titles with my Shannon Sharp. He's a bozo, like Skip Bayless is a bozo too. I feel like they say half the shit they say on purpose. Shannon got pissed. It didn't come to blows because Shannon Sharp would destroy Skip Bayless, let's be honest. But Shannon's says stupid things. Shannon's super LeBron lover, and Skip is all about Jordan, and Skip's always taking shots at LeBron. I have my issues with LeBron, but none of it has to do with his fucking talent. It more has to do with him, I'm going to the Heat. I'm going to go back to the Cavs. Now I'm going to the Lakers. And there was something where his kid is going to be in the league, and he's like, yeah, I think you see in passing was like, yeah, I want to join the team that drafts my son, as if that team's just gonna be like, sure, LeBron, you're 40 something at this point. We'll just bring you to our team. Like what? But LeBron has a like. I'll always think Jordan's the GOAT, as they say. But from a talent perspective, LeBron's probably more overall talented scorer. Jordan's probably they're both the same scoring because LeBron could score shit ton too. Both probably the same defensively because Jordan was an amazing defender. I'd give rebounds to LeBron. Both really good passers. I think LeBron has more assists than Jordan, better average, but they're pretty much almost on point. Except Jordan's will to win was fucking better than LeBron's. Let's be fucking honest. It was, and he didn't skip. He went to the Wizards at the end of his career. Came back after the second retirement. The title LeBron got with the Cavs when they were down 3-1 with the Warriors, that's the truest title he has in reality. The one with the Lakers in the bubble doesn't count, in my opinion, and that's not because he wanted, whoever won it that year, it's a weird title. Not as weird as the Dodgers title. That whoever won and ended up being the Dodgers, that baseball title in that like 60-game season where they threw like a bunch of teams into the weird playoffs, I don't even know why they consider that a World Series title. It should have just been like a random, like, you won the thing here. Here's a new title we're going to give you. That year shouldn't even count. And of course the Dodgers win that one, but they can't win the ones with the full season. With the fucking amazing team they've had for the past like 10 years. And I don't even really care about the Dodgers. Like, I'm not like, I'm going to bash them, but it's kind of funny they win that one. But they can't win these. Like, even last year, they rip it up, and then the Padres, who they owned in the regular season, just pretty much steamroll them. That's baseball. But I've never minded LeBron, honestly. It's just his bouncing from team to team. And because LeBron pretty much controls, like, and he'll be like, LeBron has his hand in every decision the Lakers have done. Because that's the way the league is now. If you're a fucking all-star, super pro, you can influence things. Especially LeBron, he's larger than life. He can influence things. I mean, even the titles on the Heat, though, are fine. Like, who am I to talk? Like, I tell you, whatever. My opinion doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. But you're always going to have those debates. I think LeBron would easily be able to play in Jordan's era. Stat-wise and talent-wise, the thing LeBron would not be able to handle is, can you imagine LeBron going up against those Pistons teams and them just beating the shit out of him the way they beat the shit out of Jordan and everybody else? Like, they would literally just hit you. I was watching a video where Isaiah Thomas punched Rick Morton in the face. No technical. Morton barely even fucking reacted, which was funny. No technical foul. LeBron would struggle with guys like Lambeer and John Sally and Rodman just fucking hammering him. He'd struggle with that. Because he wouldn't be able to look to the refs, because the refs would be like, ugh. He would have to hit back, and he would probably adjust it, because he's a huge fucking dude. LeBron's fucking huge. So he'd be able to fuck shit up, but he'd have to understand that the refs aren't coming to your aid here, dude. These guys are going to punch you in the ribs on the way to the fucking hole, and the refs are going to be like, you got to hit him back. We don't give a fuck. That's the only thing I think you'd have a problem with. The physicality of the game back then would cause a lot of guys now problems. They would have to become physical about it and understand fights are going to break out. Because now, the one thing I don't like about the league now compared to when I watched basketball, here I am complaining like an old fuck, and not even old, but they're too buddy-buddy now. The players are too buddy-buddy. There's no true rivalries in the NBA. Remember the Knicks, Bulls, Pistons, Lakers, Celtics back before that when I wasn't even watching. I wasn't into basketball then, Portland and the Lakers, that was one side of the Lakers beat Portland like every year in the playoffs. There was rivalries every year. The Bulls and the Cavs had a short rivalry, Portland had rivalries with like the Jazz, the Spurs, There was like rivalries there where teams fucking hated each other. The Pacers and the Bulls briefly as well. And this went even into the early 2000s, and then it kind of faded away. things change in the NBA. You know, people shoot threes now. It's a different league. It's always a different league from the beginning to now. So that's why I don't say, well, you got to go the GOAT of something. Like Bill Russell is the GOAT of rings. He has like 11. He's the GOAT ring. Is LeBron the scoring over? He's going to be the scoring GOAT soon. He's going to have the GOAT record, right? The scoring record. Does he have it yet? I don't know. No, he doesn't. He's going to get it at the end of this year. So, I mean, LeBron's got longevity. Of course now, guys, although it's weird though, they'll rest guys for random no reason. LeBron's just, as they say, built different. I hate when they say I just saw that for Yager, because Yager came back. He's playing over in the Czech Republic, I think. Or somewhere over there. I think it said Czech. And he had like 2 assists. I was like, of course he did. He's 50. Of course he did. But yeah. It's just sports ramble here today. I don't know stuff. Thanks for checking this out.